that all may have life means that we have to try to help everybody to grow and have a decent life. Today it's quite difficult because so many people are in situations that are unfair. Mostly women and children are not being considered the way they should be. So some of our own sisters, RSHM, are working a lot to try to help women and children.
They were founded in the belief that good people needed opportunities to improve their life situation, and I think I fit very well with that philosophy and see it work out in my learning center every day.
Acquiring the knowledge is important. Being able to communicate about the knowledge they've learned here is important. And also being able to think critically about the challenges that they'll face is important, of course, as students come through our program. But as important, of course, is the mission that comes through from our founding order, which is the Religious of the Sacred Heart of Mary. And their mission was and is, and ours is, far into the future, to serve others so that all may have life. And in that, the idea of serving others means that you understand others, you take the time to serve them, and you serve them in ways in which they can grow. And there's really not an academic discipline on the campus where in the end you're not serving others, so that all may have life. So our hope is that when every student leaves here, they've taken time to understand the humanity in themselves and the humanity in others, and as they leave us, they're going on into a place, whether it be business, the media, the liberal arts, where they can serve others in a way that we can all be proud of.
Well, in fall 2006, Dr. Brophy asked us to identify in our student population who are our most vulnerable students, who were those that were academically at risk and less likely to persist from fall to spring semesters. And so we recognized that students who placed into 3 developmental courses, 2 developmental English courses and 1 math course, were least likely to persist from fall to spring semester, their first to their second semester. The retention rate for that group previously was about 30%. So 70% of those students didn't make it to their second term. So we set about wondering how we could support that group of students, and the Mariner Learning Community, the MLC, came out of that.
MLC is Mariner Learning Community, and it's a community of students that are based in the same level classes. Before I came to Marymount, I really was an academic person. My inspiration to change was being accepted into the MLC, and I felt that helping other students helped me academically because I got to go over the materials and it felt good to help other students. I say that MLC would have to be the best service that I have gotten at Marymount besides the Learning Center.
An extraordinary experience for them, for us, and what Marymount is all about.
Well, in my everyday life as a teacher, I would think of life as the life of the mind, the life of the spirit, the life of light, which is wisdom, and that the college's responsibility is to bring students to the life of the mind, to bring students to the life of understanding, and hopefully appreciate the beauty of the complexity that life is. I think of life as more than just a biological process. I mean, it is that, but it's infinitely more than that if you're not just a materialist. It's the life of the soul, it's the life of the human spirit, it's the life that is what makes people live and love as human beings. And anything the college can do to advance an appreciation of life in those terms, I think it justifies its existence. And I think that's what I try to do.
I hear back to the old days when the women who ran the cafe and the deans were all religious of the Sacred Heart of Mary as well. And I do wish that I had been able to experience that because it sounds like it was
easier to understand directly the mission. But I do think that their teaching and that their tradition of honoring people and of giving people a chance to change and grow is part of our mission statement and part of our everyday. And I am glad that we are trying to be more intentional. When the sisters started retiring, I'm not sure that we were as careful as we needed to be about making sure that everybody knew who they were and what their traditions were. And so I'm really excited that we're having a renaissance of recognizing that, and I think it's really important to the health of our organization and to the development of both faculty, staff, and students.
To give others life is part of being human, it's part of being whole. We're supposed to pay it forward and give the blessings that you've received or to onto others.